Battle of the Planets. G-Force, fearless young orphans protecting Earth's entire galaxy. Always five, acting as one. Dedicated, inseparable, invincible.
Hey guys, we're back for a final on our Battle of the Planets Phoenix. Gotchaman, February version you watched when you were a youngin'. The kit is imported to the U.S. by Academy. I'm not sure exactly who did the original tooling. It's a very, very Bandai. Very Bandai-esque kit. Basically a snap fit kit type thing, with lots of movable parts for play value. And there was an available optional lighting kit, which I didn't get for this one. I made my own kit, which we will get into. As you can see, here is our Phoenix all done. And now I've got the Phoenix head sitting underneath, and I do have the afterburner flame pieces installed. The wings can move up and down, can be positioned up or down. Most likely it's going to stay in the up position that you see here. I probably won't. It's not, to me, it's not a play toy. It's a model. Same thing. There's landing gear and stuff that I built, but I didn't. Let me grab them here real quick, because you could build it either way, and the parts are being Bandai style kit. You can swap the parts in and out. Here are example. Here are the main gear. There, and here is the nose. But if you wanted to do it wheels up the way I have it now, there's separate panels that you put in instead of these. Same thing goes with the vehicles that would come with it. The nose comes off, and that's where the car was at, and one wing pod opens up and had an elevator drop down for the motorcycle jet ski looking thing, and the other wing pod had looks like a kind of an Arctic snowcat type looking thing. And then in the rear here is the hangar for the jet plane, and in theory this actual tail fin here is supposed to be the fin on the jet, but it's not. It's way too big. Speaking of those vehicles, here you can see the jet I did build. Got it all painted up, which was a pain in the butt to get it painted, masked and painted. And then there's also like 15 parts for that little guy there. And the other ones, move down, let you can kind of see them. I can hardly even zoom in on them. They're so tiny that I put them one and put them together, but each one is like 3 different colors, 4 different colors on them. It has decals that goes on them and all that. They're just so tiny that they weren't worth the effort to take the time to paint them, especially since the way I have it configured to be on the stand. So we have them, and I did put them together, and I even have no idea what I'm gonna do with the jet. But it was the only one actually big enough to work with. Because even here, but zoom back in on them. Compared to the jet, they're just tiny. So anyway, moving right along. So I didn't. It is available. That you have a lighting kit that you can buy from Academy for this Phoenix, but I didn't get it because it was $40, and it was basically about $5 or $6 worth of parts. The only advantage was it was already all wired together, and so I built my own. The Eagle head out, or Phoenix head out of the way for a second. And the only thing I don't have was with the original kit. This button here was what you push to light the engines and the lighting. Since I built my own, I actually put a little slide switch on the back of the box. I had parts for a 4.5 volt battery box already, so I just swiped all the parts out of it and transferred them over. So what we have our two main engines are lit with flickering LEDs from T-lights, and then we have our two secondary engines are lit up. Let me lower you down a little bit so you can see those a little better. There's our secondary lights for the secondary engines. And then there was a third lighting position, which they wanted to light this little dome on top, but there's no opening for it, and there was actually what I could want to call like a dryer vent, trapdoor vent on it. It would be closed. So, and I could have drilled it out and put an LED in there, but that seemed like wasted time. So I relocated the LED to the cockpit area to light up the cockpit. And here's a second. Let me turn off some of these extra lights. So it lights up this whole cockpit area with the other LED there. And since I used a slide switch, the lighting stays on. It's not just intermediate when you hold the button down. The flames are just friction fit, and so I can pop them out and just have the engines lit by themselves. But I kind of like having the flames shooting out kind of look. And the way it's also designed, the stand mounts in one of the vertical lift engine positions. So if you want to take it off the stand, you just plug in the engine part, and then they also come with two again dryer vent like vanes that can be either open or closed. If they're open, you can see through to the engines inside, which would be when I was using the vertical lifting, or closed for forward flight. Like I said, the wings do, I don't remember from the show why they drop down, but you can have it positioned either way, them up or down. I kind of prefer them up. And again, the nose would come off because that's where in the nose is where that little tiny race car would sit. Now, when the Phoenix went into like hyperspace or hyper mode, basically turned into a flaming bird. So we've got, the kit came with the pieces to add that phoenix head to the front, which is nice because it just slides on and off. So what I'm actually do with it is just I'm going to keep it right there underneath on the stand. So that looks kind of cool. But that's our Phoenix. Is built basically straight out of the box, other than building the new electronics. It does come with both stickers and decals. I went with the decals, but I did not put on all these tiny little warning markings, because you're just not going to see them. They're just too small. And I will say though, the decals were printed by Cartograph, and they worked really well. Again, I didn't put in the play factor. There was a missile launcher that come out of the top here. There's two pods here on the bottom that could lower down. They had missiles on them, and so I wasn't really interested in the play factor of the Bandai style kit, but I wanted this ship because it was kind of cool, and it was. I was probably in middle school when this came out in the U.S. That's about that time period. Upper end of middle school, and it was on. It came on. It was on after school cartoons in the afternoon, along with like Speed Racer and stuff like that. So you got home, doing your homework. You'd have the TV on in the background, of course, not like you were supposed to, but you did it anyway. And watched the. This is one of the shows that were on, and then also I had siblings. My younger brother was youngest brother. Well, my youngest brother wasn't born yet, but the middle young one of the four, he was probably 7 or 8 at that time, and so he liked to watch those when he got home from school. So kind of had to pick your battles on what TV to watch. So then but it was a cool ship. I mean, the show wasn't the best, but it was a cool ship, and kind of an early version of the Power Rangers. And if you've seen the show, you know. But anyway, that is our Phoenix. Some still shots at the end of the video, and that's our God Phoenix from Gotchaman, Battle of the Planets, the G-Force. Have a good day. See you on the next video, guys.